Hello, and welcome back to Dan's Card Corner. So this is a little bit of a different topic, not necessarily a topic I thought I would be covering for trading cards on this show, but I saw these listed on eBay. Like in my suggestions, I was just kind of browsing different unopened card packs, looking for cheap stuff that would be interesting to open on here, and I saw these. These are the Beginner's Bible cards from 1995. Yeah, so one of the reasons that I thought these would be interesting to open or fun is because, well, I don't consider myself a religious man. In the distant past, when I was very, very small, I was indeed a good Christian lad, and I went to Sunday school and all of that. And the Beginner's Bible that these cards come from is an actual book, which I actually had as a kid. And knowing that I was going to be getting these cards for the show, I thought I would go the last time I was at my mom's house earlier this week. I thought I would see if my copy of that book is still around. So I dug through some boxes in the garage, and lo and behold, here it is. This is indeed my own personal copy of the Beginner's Bible. There's my name, of course, Daniel Post-it Note. Given to me by Santa Claus for Christmas of 1990. So I would have been 7 years old at that point. And of course, Christmas is that time of year where people from all religions come together to celebrate the birth of Santa Claus. So I guess it's appropriate that he would indeed be the gifter of this book. So again, Beginner's Bible, obviously it's a kid's book, kind of adapted from various Bible stories. Not all of them are in here. It's pretty benign for the most part. Like, they leave out certainly a lot of Old Testament smiting and begetting and things of that nature. But it's a decent selection of Bible stories adapted for kids in a very, very simple manner. So it's really aimed at very young children. Definitely some retro style artwork. This is just kind of standard issue kids book artwork, but not bad examples of that. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not that familiar with current children's picture books or literature or anything, but I feel like this kind of simple artwork is maybe something you don't see a lot of anymore. I actually do kind of dig the pictures in this, just as far as, that kind of very nostalgic art style of the 80s and 90s and such. Again, I got this book in 1990, and it looks like it was first published not that long before that. 1985 is the earliest publication date here. This is the 5th printing from 1990. And I actually didn't say it yet, so here's the author and artist credits. Karen Henley did the adaptations of the stories. Dennis Davis did the illustrations. That's about all there really is to say about the book itself that these cards are based on. But I thought it would be fun to, since I found that my copy is actually still around, to dig that up. As far as the cards go, so they were listed, as an auction where you could buy several packs at a time. You could enter how many you wanted. So I ordered four packs, I thought. But it turns out, and you can even see on some of the card packs themselves, special value, 2 for $1. So the seller was actually holding true to that. So by ordering 4, I actually ordered 8 packs, it turned out. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the seller decided to add some extra card packs. I don't know if they really want to promote these things or if they're just trying to get rid of them. But I actually ended up with 4 more packs on top of that. So I have 12 whole packs of these things to open up. So we'll see what we get, I guess. We'll see what these are like and what we get. Maybe I'll get that coveted Methuselah rookie, perhaps. Just looking at pack number 1 here. Collect all 10 Bible stories, 50 fun-filled story cards, plus 10 pop-ups. Let's see, on the back, collect all 50 trading cards from the Beginner's Bible action series. Oh, it's an action series. Moses is going to kick some ass. Each pack contains 5 cards that vividly tell a Bible story. On the card backs, you'll find games, mazes, and puzzles. Plus, there's 1 pop-up card in every pack. So that was actually one of the other things, past just the nostalgic value, because again, they do come from a book that I had as a kid. That's the other reason that I thought these would be interesting to open, because they have like these little games and the pop-up cards and things like that. So I feel like they might have gone a little above and beyond what was maybe needed for a project like this, but you know, not factoring any of the subject matter or anything like that, just the cards themselves from the perspective of the concept of the cards. There you go, the perspective of the concept. But anyway, you know, just conceptually, these look pretty cool. So we'll see what these are like. We'll pop pack number 1 here open. Each pack is 6 cards, incidentally, or perhaps 5 cards plus the pop-up that every pack is supposed to have. So anyway, we'll see. It looks like these are remainder stock, incidentally. The UPC code is blacked out there. All right, so what do we got here? Abraham and Sarah were happy in their new land. And there's actually a little word unscrambling game on the back. I won't do that now, but, you know, I'll perhaps come back to that if at some point I have absolutely nothing else to do. I'm guessing that's land, right? The second one there. In their old age, God blessed Abraham and Sarah with a baby boy named Isaac. So I'm guessing they actually did make the packs all be part of one story, it looks like, since we are still on Abraham and Sarah here. Can you find 5 things that are different? Well, for one thing, the bedroll here, I assume that's what it is. It looks like a bedroll and it's just a circle there. Also, no saddlebag on the bottom version. So there's 2 right off the bat. Abraham and Sarah were faithful to God. God told them to move to a new land. And here we have another spot the difference thing, this time with 5 pictures to to work with. Abraham's cousin Lot decided to move too. And this has, how many words can you make out of the letters in Promised Land? Here we have Abraham and Lot's workers started fighting, so Abraham and Sarah went on without Lot. And here's a little maze. Help Abraham, Sarah, and Lot find their new land. Assuming you're allowed to go under here, I guess that's not the solution they're looking for. Yeah, it's the left-hand one. That's actually easier than it looks. And then here's a nice Adam and Eve pop-up thing here with the nudity tastefully edited out, with the fact that they're standing for, well, presumably no other particular reason than that in a bush. So that was my thing with these cards. Again, you have the pop-ups, you have little mazes, you have stuff like that. Like, you know, this is actually for kids cards. You know, just not even factoring the subject matter. But conceptually, for the cards themselves, these are actually kind of cool, because you have all different stuff to do, you know, make words out of letters of another word, spot the differences, you have a little maze. I'm thinking, like, by comparison, you know, my generation, we all had the Ninja Turtles cards, the Topps cards, that I believe that series started in '89, and they were fine. But, I mean, as far as the artwork goes, the stickers were just like kind of standard Turtles key art, and the pictures on the actual trading cards were really just all stills from the show, just still images taken directly from the cartoon. So they were fine, none of us complained, but how much cooler would it have been if they did, maybe not even all of the cards, maybe they could have done, you know, some of the ones that were just stills of the show, but maybe have a few inserts in each pack where, you know, there is like some little activity, like, you know, have a little maze where you have to go from the Turtles' lair to the Technodrome. You know, I think that would have been that much cooler. So, you know, I feel like they kind of did go a little above and beyond with, you know, just kind of coming up. I mean, it's nothing that complex or anything, and these are clearly aimed at little kids, but still, it's kind of cool to have that that extra stuff to to do with them. So, you know, conceptually, these are pretty good, I think. So anyway, let's open up our second pack here. Bottom of that one didn't want to rip. Oh, here we go. We got Samson. Even with short hair, God gave Samson enough strength to destroy his enemies and the columns in the process. Unscramble the words about Samson and Delilah. So a lot of that would be hair right there. Yeah, a lot of word puzzles basically for a lot of these. Samson was a very strong man. God needed a strong leader. Find 5 things that are different. I like the world's strongest man trophy he's sitting on. They kind of have fun with the concept, so, you know, I mean, you know, whatever you want to say about the religious aspect, you know, they didn't, I mean, they take it seriously, but not to the point that it just becomes, especially for kids, dreary or boring or anything. They keep it lively and upbeat, and they seem to have fun with it. So, you know, I mean, more power to them, you know? Samson's enemies used a woman named Delilah to find out where he got his strength. Another suggestive expression from Delilah there. Connect the dots to see what Samson is carrying. I'm going to guess, I could be wrong, but something tells me, I'm going to guess, it's probably a door. Samson finally told Delilah that his long hair made him strong. This would be like the pro wrestler, like 8x10 promo shot, right? This would be a good one to get, you know, if you met Samson at a signing or something, or a convention, this would be a good one to get signed. There you go. Find your way through the pillars Samson pushed down. Oh, okay, I get it. So, yeah. This is actually a pretty complex maze, isn't it? So it kind of, you know, it goes through the columns. You start here, and you actually have to come out down here. The pattern on the columns is the maze itself. That's pretty good. Samson's enemies cut Samson's hair. Then they put him in jail. It's also what happened to Andre the Giant, courtesy of Big John Studd, at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center in Poughkeepsie arena. I've been to many times, basically my home arena. Anyway, what do we have in the back there? How many words can you make out of the letters in Samson and Delilah? Then we have a Jonah pop-up with a little fish there, kind of foreshadowing his adventure in the belly of the whale, right? I still remember some of these stories. All right, so that's 2 packs down. Again, we got a lot of them. I'm actually debating whether I want to do all of these on camera or not. Since the packs do seem to be kind of predetermined, it's certainly possible we could end up getting some repeats. So, you know, that could potentially save us. So here we have Noah's Ark, it looks like. Noah built the Ark, then he loaded 2 of every kind of animal on board. 2 of every kind of animal, unless you believe the version presented in the only unlicensed Super Nintendo game to be released, at least in North America, Super 3D Noah's Ark, which was famously or infamously just a reskin of Wolfenstein 3D. According to that game, it wasn't 2 of every animal. It was just a whole lot of goats. And all of those goats he put on the Ark, according to the game, all of them wanted Noah dead. Very, very bizarre game when you really stop and think about it for more than 10 seconds. Anyway, can you find 10 carrots in this picture? Some very gormless looking Easter bunnies there. I know they're not exclusively Easter bunnies, especially in Noah's time, but you get the idea. Noah took care of all the animals. Bath time was lots of fun. Now, is that part in the scripture? I'm no expert. I'm not a theologian. I'm an art historian by training, but I don't know if that part's in the scripture specifically. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong. But was there a part? Is there a specific verse? Put it in the comments if there is. Is there a specific verse number that actually has in the scripture the part where Noah and a monkey scrub an elephant with a either a mop or maybe a squeegee on a pole and a shop cloth? Again, I don't remember that part. Which dove is different? Well, this one has only the bottom half of the leaf or olive there. I guess it's an olive branch, right? So, yeah, the bottom half of that olive, it looks like the bird ate some of it before he brought it to the ark. So I'm guessing that's what they're looking for. God put a rainbow in the sky as a sign that he would never flood the whole earth again. Missing a few colors there, lads. Oh, what is this? It's feeding time on the ark. Help the cat find its way to the milk. Really shouldn't give cats milk. That's actually a little bit, I mean, they'll drink it, but it's not really good for them. So I'm guessing that's the milk. This one's a little complex enough that I will eschew doing it on camera. Like the yellow cat, though. Hey, you want to come over here and see this? Yeah, she's sleeping by the window. I guess she'll see the cat card later. This is Noah and Mrs. Noah. They both loved God very much. But not enough that she got to have her a name of her own, I guess. Help the bird find his friend. So again, actually a pretty complexly drawn maze. I guess you're supposed to go through like the giraffe's spots there, right? God told Noah to build an ark. I feel like this one should have been on top of the pack. I guess they're somewhat randomized within the packs at least, even if, you know, each pack is all from the same story. Help the dove find the ark. So another maze there. I like the mazes. They did a good job drawing these, I think. You know, again, as simple mazes for kids. They're pretty good. Here we go. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Have their pop up there for the nativity story. You could actually, like, you know, if you had like a tabletop manger scene for Christmas, you could just pop this in there, right? All right, so pack number, what are we up to? Is this even the fourth one yet? I guess it's the fourth one, right? This one may be a repeat because I think I see that same Adam and Eve pop up there on the bottom. Yeah, we've seen that already. Oh no, the cards themselves are different. So yeah, I guess the pop-ups are not assigned to any specific grouping of cards, at least. Mary and Joseph went to Bethlehem. The inn was full, so they stayed in the stable. That night, Jesus was born. Help the shepherds find the baby Jesus in Bethlehem. Angels brought good news to the shepherds. They said, God's son is born. Go see him. I don't think that was, in most versions at least, I don't think that was the exact phrasing. Should check with Linus in the Peanuts Christmas, right? Mary and Joseph traveled by donkey, used the grid to complete this picture. Oh, I remember doing things like this in like early elementary school. Where you had, it was like two Xerox sheets. One was like the grid that you had to draw the picture on, and then the other sheet that had like, you know, where you were supposed to draw lines and then what color to color them in to make the full picture. They kind of drove me nuts. This is just kind of copying, you know, mirroring and copying the rest of the donkey on the other side there. Wise men from the east followed a bright star to find the baby Jesus. How many angels can you find in this picture? Quite a few. Although not the biblically accurate depictions that, you know, you see make the rounds nowadays. This is Mary and Joseph. They were going to be married. God loved them very much. And there's another unscrambling thing. One night, an angel visited Mary. He told her that she would have God's son. Which stable is different. So there are kind of, you know, kind of basic templates for the puzzles and stuff that they're using. Like the unscrambler words, how many words can you make from the spot the difference ones. Incidentally, you ever hear the song Mary by Lou Barlow? Lou Barlow, formerly and I think currently again from Dinosaur Jr., but he had a solo album that had a song called Mary on it, and it was basically, it was the story of the Nativity as told by the guy who lived next door to Mary and Joseph. So that's all I'll say, but it's a great song. Check that one out. Mary and Joseph went to Bethlehem. The inn was full, so they stayed in the stable. That night Jesus was born. Did we see that one already? I guess not. Yeah. Huh. That felt like repeat. I guess just strange deja vu there. There was another maze on the back. Help the show. We did see this maze before. What's going on here? Yeah, here it is. It was down in the stack. But yeah, two of the same card and in the same pack. So a little bit of an error there. All right, so another pack. Kind of destroyed that one. God told Adam to name all of the animals. They didn't put the titmouse on here, I see. A snake told Eve she should taste the fruit from the one tree in the garden God said not to eat from. With the Beginner's Bible logo tastefully placed there. Oh, a crossword. Huh. I kind of did. I didn't used to like when I was younger. I didn't like crosswords. I always liked word searches. I still dig those. You know, for an idle puzzle, I still like word searches. But I did for a while. I had the New York Times crossword app. I don't have a subscription to it anymore because it's ridiculously expensive for an app like that. But maybe I'll sign up for it sometime again. But yeah, for a while I was doing the New York Times crosswords fairly often. So yeah, I've grown to like crosswords. Maybe I'll do this one for, for fun. I doubt it's too hard. So, just a couple extra idle minutes somewhere. Adam and Eve did taste the forbidden fruit. And there's a spot the difference. As much as God loved Adam and Eve, he had to punish them by making them leave the garden. And that one has how many words can you make? Adam and Eve were the first people. They lived in a beautiful place called the Garden of Eden. And there's one of those same rabbits, and there's the monkey that that Noah had. So I actually don't remember. Are these specifically pictures from the book, or did they actually make new pictures for these? Let's see. Actually, I think they made new pictures for the cards. Yeah, because Eve even has a different hairstyle. Adam has a different hair color, for that matter, on the cards. So yeah, they actually made original art for these. They didn't just take the picture straight out of the book. So that's pretty good. Yeah, different outfit on the angel there. So yeah, again, points for going above and beyond. They could have just used, I mean, it's obviously the same artist, but they could have just taken the pictures directly out of the book. But they actually commissioned new ones for the cards. So yeah, that has the maze to find their way out of the garden. And then we have the Samson pop up there. There you go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're not quite halfway. Yeah, that is a lot of cards. Hoping for a Daniel in the Lion's Den, As a Daniel, I have a vested interest in that story, so... I think we have the, we have another Samson pop-up in that pack. Jonah went to Nineveh and told the people to stop doing bad things. Just non-specific bad things, apparently. Help Jonah find his way out of the whale. It's a great beard style. God told Jonah to go to Nineveh. Jonah didn't want to go. There's which fish is different. Which this one seems to require... Oh, it's that one. I was going to say this one requires counting the triangles on it. Because, fish have triangles on them. Or perhaps consummate V's. But yeah, this one has clearly a missing one in the middle. Alright, Jonah boarded a boat and tried to run away from God. And there's Jonah getting to Nineveh maze. Jonah was thrown overboard and was swallowed by a whale. And, find 10 things wrong. Well, the whale wearing a top hat is probably one of them, right? Jonah holding a yo-yo and wearing one boot and one sandal. That counts for like 3 right there. I think the figurehead on the boat is a bowling pin. That one's kind of fun. God told the whale to spit Jonah out. And there's unscramble these words. All right, so halfway. Come on. As you can probably tell, the artwork on the actual packs, this one does not want to open. The artwork on the packs themselves is all the same. There we go. We're in. Oh, here we go. David and Goliath for this pack. David had to fight a giant named Goliath. Everyone else was afraid of him. And how many words can you make? David trusted God, and God helped him defeat Goliath. There's which lamb is different. Feel free to pause on that if you want to do that for yourself. I'll give you a hint. That one's missing an ear. All right, so King Saul told David he was very brave and invited him to live at the palace. Ooh, speaking word search, there we go. Definitely have to do that one. David was a shepherd boy. He played music for his sheep. A pretty nice lyre there. Would that be is that a lyre or a harp? I always kind of forget the difference. I think that's a lyre, right? Anyway, yeah, here's find your way through Goliath. I don't know, I feel like that could have been phrased better. He used a sling to protect the sheep. Help David find Goliath. I don't think he'd be that hard to find. It's like the tallest guy, right? And here we have a somewhat off-center Noah pop-up there. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Daniel was a wise ruler. That's my personal card of the moment here. Card of the set. Yeah, we'll have to set that one aside. Find the numbers 1 to 10. Yes, Daniel is indeed a wise ruler. Yeah, we'll set that one aside. The other rulers were jealous of Daniel. They came up with a plan to get rid of him. And which angel is different? The other rulers got the king to sign a new law saying no one can pray to anyone but the king. Help Daniel find his way out. Daniel broke the law because he prayed to God, so Daniel was thrown into a den of lions. How many words can you make out of the letters in Daniel? I never thought about that. Well, I guess I'm duty-bound to do that one at some point. God protected Daniel from the lions. The king was happy. Daniel was not harmed. Not even a scratch or anything? I mean, I got these last week. Anyway, and here's Joseph and his coat of many colors. That's the pop-up for that pack. So we got our Daniel rookie. I'm happy with that. All right, so what do we have? 4 more. We're getting there. We're getting there. No complete repeats as far as the packs go, interestingly enough. We did have, there was one pack that had a double of the same card in it. But, yeah, no repeated packs or anything. So, when Moses was a baby, his mother hid him to protect him from Pharaoh. Help Moses find his way to the burning bush. This incidentally reminds me of Bible Adventures on Nintendo, the Baby Moses game that was kind of a Super Mario 2 knockoff, where if you got to the end of the level and were not carrying Baby Moses, the game would just say, "Great job, but you forgot Baby Moses." Anyway, God spoke to Moses through a burning bush. He told Moses to lead God's people out of Israel. And there is help baby Moses get to the princess. Another quick maze, it looks like. Oh, here, go in here. So yeah, this is an easy one. There you go. God helped Moses perform many miracles, like turning a rod into a snake. Connect the dots to complete the picture. This was after the point where he dropped the third tablet, right? If you've seen Mel Brooks's History of the World Part 1, you know. To escape from Pharaoh's army, God helped Moses part the Red Sea. And which burning bush is not like the others? God gave Moses 10 rules for his people to follow, and that one has the unscramble these words puzzle. Oh, and here we go. Yeah, now this is the card of the moment, the pop-up of the moment, really. In fact, I'd kind of like to get a duplicate of this in another pack, because, you know, then I could actually pop one up and, you know, keep the other one. But yeah, there's our Daniel. There he is. All right, 3 left. See what we get. All right, so Joseph recognized his brothers and he forgave them. And how many words? Joseph's father loved him very much. He gave Joseph a beautiful coat. We've certainly heard the Dolly Parton song about it. Joseph's brothers were very jealous. They took his coat and sold him to travelers going to Egypt. Find your way through the maze of Joseph's coat. Joseph became a ruler in Egypt. He helped the people prepare for famine. And which one is different? It's actually not obvious right off the bat. I was thinking it was, oh, it is, yeah, that one. I was going to say, I was thinking it would be that one of them is missing that armband, but that actually is the case. I just didn't catch it the first time. Joseph's brothers went to Egypt to find food. They did not recognize Joseph. Help Joseph's brothers find Joseph. How many times can we say Joseph in the space of 10 seconds here? And there we have a David pop-up. There's the back. Yeah, again, I'm hoping in these last 2 packs there's a duplicate of the Daniel pop-up now. Alright, oh, we might have finally gotten, actually, I don't think these are repeats. It's obviously the Jonah story again, but I think this is the other set of cards from that story versus the other pack. Because I don't think we had Jonah was thrown overboard and swallowed by a whale in the last one. Or maybe we did, because this is there's the whale with the top hat, so, yeah, maybe that one is a repeat. Yeah, I think we did see these already. God told the whale to spit Jonah out. Yeah. Jonah went to Nineveh and told the people to stop doing bad things. Yeah, we definitely saw these. This is the one I don't remember specifically. Maybe it was there in the previous pack, too. So yeah, I'm just gonna guess that this is probably our first repeat pack. Kind of reminds me of Goldfish, like, you know, the snack Goldfish, the fish there. All right, one last chance for a duplicate Daniel pop-up. Let's see if we can get it. And we did not, I don't think. Oh well. Abraham and Sarah were faithful to God. God told them to move to a new land. And which one is different? Abraham's cousin Lot decided to move to this one. I think we saw. Abraham and Lot's workers started fighting, so Abraham and Sarah went on without Lot. Yeah, we saw that one. Abraham and Sarah were happy in their new land. Again, could be wrong. I don't think this one was in the first set from the Abraham and Sarah story we saw. Same with this one. I don't think we saw this one before. In their old age, God blessed Abraham and Sarah with a baby boy named Isaac. Actually, now that I read that last line, I think we did see this one. Oh, and we actually get the on-brand pop-up for that pack, Abraham and Sarah. There you go. So yeah, happy to get the one Daniel pop-up, obviously. I kind of do wish that I gotten 2 just so I could have 1 popped up. But that's all right. But yeah, there he is. And Daniel was a Rise ruler. So those are my picks for the pack. So yeah, different kind of subject matter, obviously. But, you know, not taking into account the religious aspect, these were, I think, pretty well done. You know, I feel like other card sets, like again from my generation specifically, thinking of the Ninja Turtles trading cards, I feel like some of them could have taken a lesson in design from this and, you know, added some extra little games and things like that to just kind of spice things up, make them interesting. So yeah, I think, you know, regardless of subject matter, I think they actually did a good job designing these. You know, some of the artwork's pretty cool. And I got my man Daniel here, so can't complain about that. So anyway, something a little different. Hopefully I did a decent job of covering the subject material here. I mean, I didn't burst into flames yet, so that's probably a good sign. So yeah, anyway, that's Dan's Card Corner, another one in the books. I probably soon will have another episode of this to do, because I do have some other cards, a completely different subject matter to cover. I haven't gotten them yet, but when I do, probably, you know, this week, I'll make another quick episode on those. But yeah, this again has been Dan's Card Corner. Hit like, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell. And we'll see you again for something sometime soon. Have a good week.